So we're back again. In the previous video, we're talking about the triple A model. So I want us to talk about something else now. And this is something that is so dear to me. This subject, it's something that every time I talk about it, it reinforces my belief that it's possible, that I can do so much. So I want us to talk about the stretch model. Life is about stretching. If there is one thing that I have embraced with everything that I am, is to stretch, is to do more than the normal. The one thing all of us must understand is this: our body doesn't want to be stretched. Our body always is looking for comfort. But you see, a path of least resistance is a path of a lot of frustrations, it's a path of misery, it's a path of really lead you to poverty, if I could say that for lack of a better word. So we need to stretch over and above the times it's supposed to work. As a salesperson, what does stretching mean to you? Stretching could mean that you sat on your desk and you're making phone calls. Instead of making 10 phone calls, you made 15 phone calls. Stretching could mean that when you go on call canvassing, just going out to meet people in their offices, instead of meeting 3 people, you go to 5 offices or 10 offices. So this is the concept of stretching. And for me, this has been really what worked for me. I remember in 2007 when I started my career in sales, I was given a task to sell a short course in some institution where I was working. And they gave me a directory, a local directory for the businesses within that area. And they gave me a phone with airtime in it. And I could make every single day 120 phone calls every day for 2 weeks. So the target was I was supposed to bring 20 people for the different courses, 20, 20, 20. But I astronomically exceeded the target. I brought 180 on one of them. I brought over 200 in another. And the director, I remember, sat me down and said, "You know what, Daniel, your career is in sales. Never leave this." But to me, I knew this was because of my stretching. I could have made 10 phone calls. I could have made 15 phone calls. But I decided to do over 100 phone calls every day for 2 weeks. Now, that is stretching. That should epitomize stretching to you. So as a salesperson, as a business person, sometimes you have to work late. You have to work until 10 in the night, 11 in the night. But when you stretch, listen to this carefully. While you stretch with a smile. Don't stretch while telling the entire world how you're stretching so hard, you're working so hard. Nobody really wants to know that part of it. Just do it to impress upon yourself that you got you, that you're ready to go the distance to ensure everything that you're looking for come to fruition. So that's the area of stretching that I want to talk about. I have some mentors in my life when it comes to this. I remember the late James Mulwana. Permit me to talk about him. This is a man who I remember he used to sit me in his office and told me so many things about how he was able to build the businesses that he was able to build. And sometimes he could leave office at 2 a.m. Sometimes he could stay in office the entire night and the next day he still has to continue working. Now that is stretching. What is it that you have to stretch in to ensure that you do well with your career? Find it and be great at it. And I can guarantee you, when you stretch, your career will take off.